Hey everybody, welcome back to the warbossfitz channel. I'm warbossfitz, and today we're here with Uncle C again. Hi. And we're going to be talking about Beastmen from Age of Fantasy. So if you go alphabetically through the armies, Beastmen is like the first one on Age of Fantasy. So that's why I like to mix things around a bit, because no one always wants to start with that Beastmen. But here we go. What is the background on the Beastmen? In the southern part of Tyria, in the Age of Fantasy map that they have out there, it's been inhabited by a whole bunch of wildlife since, the beginning. And at the center of the largest watering hole there in the land, there was a giant tree that provided food and shade. And then from its roots, magical substances seeped into its fruits. Kind of has a weird Garden of Eden thing to it. So over many generations, all the animals that ate the fruit, they slowly changed and they became sentient. They realized, oh no, we're naked. And they started, settling around the place. Gradually, the different tribes that formed of, God, I'm going to butcher these names, the Ndoli, Wahendi, Haperi, Ndwari, Kemba, and Silombi.
Bless you.
I think I got those. They learned to coexist and formed a confederacy of close-knit tribes. The Beastmen built a great civilization on the savannah around the tree. They built Wakanda. And from there, they expanded out and they built smaller cities around the savannah, and things were prosperous. They lived lives of peace, in harmony, one with nature. And then, like all good things in these games, the rift opened and just screwed everything up. It ripped right through the middle of the savannah, and guess what? It blew the ever-loving crap out of that holy tree. It ripped it in half. Then all of a sudden, things got better because the demons started coming out of the rift. Yay! Wasn't like Black Panther 2 had something like guys coming out of the water in Wakanda?
Yeah, it was Namor and the Atlanteans, basically.
Okay, so it's the plot from, I was going to say Wakanda 2. God,
Black Panther 2.
I stopped watching Marvel movies after Iron Man 3. But either way, the plot of that movie pretty much happens, and demons pour out, and except in this one, the Wakandans didn't win. The Beastmen took off running. The Beastmen were like, "Oh crap, we're getting the crap kicked out of us," and they were forced to abandon it. The only thing that remains after the whole Rift Demon War thing is there's just ruins down there. Ruins and the dried out remains of the holy tree, and the once crystalline waters have now turned black. Some Beastmen still live there, but there's no hope to go back to what it was. Others have begun to wander along the edge of the rift and move up towards the heart of Tyria, where the other civilizations are there. And in order to survive, they raid settlements and they burn the forests and they build equipment and camps up there. So each of the Beastmen have their own reasons for this great migration. Some want to find a new home. Others look to understand what caused the rifts. Why was Wakanda taken from us? And there are others who've become accustomed to just raiding and violence. They just want to take the opportunity to destroy stuff, just like their homes were destroyed. And that is where the lore of the Beastmen sits in Age of Fantasy. It's a rather grim, dark story. Everything is destroyed, nothing is coming back. That's it for the lore. Let's go ahead and go into the rules. We're going to start off with the army-wide special rule, which is Bestial. When attacking, targets must re-roll unmodified defense results of 6 when they're blocking hits from this model's weapon. That's all weapons, ranged, melee, all of it. You know this channel, sometimes it's hard to keep track of that stuff. But if you play Beastmen as like your main army, you will remember this.
We're getting a whiteboard for here that just says Army Rule on it.
I mean, the game I played yesterday, I forgot that robot repair was a thing.
You forgot your own Army Rule against yourself.
Yeah. What can I say? There's 57 armies. I can't keep all of them straight.
You forgot your own Army Rule playing with yourself.
Listen, sometimes
Robot use hardened.
Sometimes, when you're playing with yourself, rules don't matter. All right, let's look at the special rules here. Let's check out the highlights. This is a nice big list here. Starting from the bottom, because why not? Unpredictable fighter. Whenever you fight in melee, you roll 1 dice, and on a 1 to 3, they get AP +1, or on a 5 to 6, it's +1 to hit. This is a nice rule to have, especially on like lower quality troops. This jumps them up a whole quality whenever they fight, or it just makes them the AP better. So it's just a big bonus to have there, and usually it's cheaper on those units anyway, so they can make them into a sleeper unit.
You turn goblins into dragon slayers with unpredictable fighter.
Yep. Tear. Against units where most models have toughness 3 to toughness 9, this weapon gets AP +4. Now that is a kind of narrow window. Toughness 3 to toughness 9. That's all of your light units, your elite infantry type units, but not like the big stuff, like dragons. So anything that is smaller than dragon, you're going to get AP +4 on, which is great if you have the right targets to aim it at. If you fight somebody that has nothing but toughness 1 troops, it's wasted. Surge. On unmodified rolls of 6 to hit, this weapon deals 1 extra hit. So this is Furious. That's always on. I don't know if you can couple this with Furious, but it'd be hilarious. The Army's Tag. Once per game during this model's activation, pick 1 enemy unit within 36 inches and in line of sight of it. Then place X markers on it. When attacking, friendly units may remove markers from their target before rolling to hit. They get +Y to hit rolls, where Y is the number of removed markers. So this is a once per game thing. Pick something good. That's all I can tell you with that one. You only get this once. Pick something good.
Use it on the big stuff.
As long as it's not a dragon. Because then tear doesn't work. Ooh, they got mind control. Once per activation, before attacking, pick 1 enemy unit within 18, which must take a morale test. If failed, you may move it by up to 6 inches in a straight line in any direction. I like mind control. Problem is whenever I use it, everyone always passes their morale test, leaving me there going, oh, now I'm sad. You can use it to make someone run off of an objective, or what I like to do is, come closer, I want to hit you with my tank. I want to beat you with a stick. Come to me.
Tickle, tickle.
Then we got Melee Slayer. Always love seeing Melee Slayer. This model's melee weapons get AP +2 against units where most models have toughness 3 or higher. This will work on a dragon. And the last cool one they have is Crush. When it's this model's turn to attack in melee, roll X dice, and for each 6, the target takes 1 hit with AP 2.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of like, what's the Ravage?
Yes.
Well, except it doesn't put a wound straight through, but it's a nice little bit of extra damage in there.
Well, it's that AP +2 on there that makes a big difference.
Then we got the Aura special rules. We got the Ambush Aura. Awesome. Always love to see an Ambush Aura. I love to see, Beastmen just tearing themselves out of the ground and ripping things in half. Bestial Boost Aura, which is, it just boosts up your Bestial, which means the enemies have to reroll 5s and 6s whenever they make armor saves. Furious Aura, there we go. We can get the Furious Aura and combine that with Surge. Oh, double extra hits. Melee Evasion, -1 to hit rolls in melee when the enemy is attacking you. Piercing Assault Aura, that's +1 AP when you charge. And then Precision Shooter Aura, +1 to hit rolls when you shoot. This army's got a nice balance of stuff for Age of Fantasy. I mean, we don't care about precision shooting. We want all of the melee. All of the beat sticks. For the spells, at Power 1, we have Surge of Power. Pick 1 friendly unit within 12, which gets Bestial Boost once. Okay, that's usually what you see, is you see some kind of a boost of the army buff in there somewhere. Then we also have Flock Attack. Pick 1 enemy unit within 12, which takes 2 hits with AP 1 and Surge. Nice little chip damage. At Power 2, we have the Hunting Roar. Pick up to 2 enemy units within 18, which get -1 to morale test rolls. So that, we can couple that with Mind Control and really mess with people. Of course, you can also just punch them in the mouth. And, but my default setting is just punch them.
Again, you are an orc.
Also at 2, we have Ancestral Wrath. Pick 1 enemy model within 24, which takes 2 hits with Tear. Again, a nice little chip damage thing. It gets even better when you're shooting at something that's in between the 3 and the 9 toughness.
Spells so far are very 1,000 cut attack.
Yeah, there's no real big, smash spells anymore. Spirit Mantle at 3. Pick up to 3 friendly units within 12, which get Regeneration. Very nice. Very nice. Regeneration sometimes can turn the tide of entire games.
Only problem is, unfortunately, you get it once.
Well, I mean, it's just the next time you're shot or the next time you fight. Normally you don't play against dickheads, but you play against me where I will find some way to put a single arrow into the squad and be like, take this, ha-ha! No more regeneration for you. And then the last one is Destructive Flame. Pick one enemy within 12, which takes 9 hits. So that is a beat stick spell.
I like that Spirit Mantle, though.
Yeah, getting regeneration on 3 friendly units is great.
That can literally make or break an entire turn.
Yep. Shit, I can make and break an entire game. Do that on turn 2.
I'd save it for 3, where I traditionally get booped.
Well, you do it on 2 so that you have such overwhelming power that my dice don't have a chance to fight back. Alright, let's go into the units. Starting off, we're going to do the heroes. We got the Kembra Brute Boss. Big ol' angry kitty. 135 points, quality 3, defense 3, bestial, furious hero, toughness 6. Comes with a heavy hand weapon for 6 attacks at AP 2. You can give him the Legacy Defender for the melee evasion aura, the Great Despoiler for the piercing assault aura, the Pride Captain for the bestial boost aura. You can also replace the heavy hand weapon with flame forged great weapons, giving it 6 attacks with tear, or dual heavy hand weapons, 8 attacks at AP2. You can upgrade it with a brute charge for crush of 3, or a throwing axe for 12-inch range, 6. Wow, that's a lot. He's throwing a whole bundle of axes at once. 6 attacks, AP1, and limited. Okay, so yeah, he throws the bundle of axes, and that's all he's got. It's limited. Take this, haha! So for the Kembra Brute Boss, this guy wants to be in combat. He wants to be in combat so bad, I would say leave them throwing axes at home. Don't worry about that. This thing is meant to charge stuff until it dies or its target dies. As far as putting it on its own, the dual heavy hand weapons are going to be the safe choice. 8 attacks, AP2. It's another 25 points, but I like that better than Tear because you don't know what you're going to be fighting against normally. Like if you're just meeting up with somebody, like say, I'm going to bring Beastmen, and they say, I'm going to be bringing like Human Empire. You don't know if they have anything between 3 and 9 toughness, so meh.
I mean, if you're going to do that, it would be kind of cool to throw on that Brute Charge for an extra 5 points.
Oh yeah, Brute Charge, Crush of 3, that's a pretty good one. An extra 5 points, yeah, throw it on there. Why not? And also you got to remember, in Age of Fantasy, armor saves are generally lower. So even with AP2, you're going to be forcing stuff to a 5 or a 6, and if you really wanted to be a dick about it, if you're running him on his own, that's where you put the Bestial Boost aura on there. So it's like any armor saves the enemy makes, be like, no, re-roll those. And we'll talk about putting him in a unit later, and he goes so well with the regular brutes. But let's move on to the next hero. We got the Ndwari Centaur Boss. Quality 4, defense 4. Oh, he's 65 points. Bestial, fast hero, impact 1, toughness 3, and unpredictable fighter. So he's a little nutty. Comes with a flame forged heavy weapon for 3 attacks with tear. Now you can upgrade him for the auras, the melee evasion aura, the ambush aura, the precision shooter aura, the bestial boost aura, the caster 2 or caster 3, and you can replace the flame forged heavy weapon with a heavy lance for 3 attacks, AP1 and thrust, and you can upgrade him with a throwing weapon for 2 attacks at 12 inches. I swear to God, if I see somebody with a Centaur Boss with a precision shooter aura with throwing weapons, I won't laugh at you, but I'll definitely raise an eyebrow and there will be an exhale out my nose. Yeah, this guy, again, another one, focused entirely on combat. The Flame Forged Heavy Weapon, I don't really know about that one. It's either that one or the Heavy Lance. Honestly, the combat potential of the Centaur Boss isn't that great because it's only 3 attacks, no matter which way you do it. So let's just say I wouldn't take this on its own anyways, but I would do it with a lance. And if I had to take it on its own, it would be one of the casters.
I mean, we know how much you like to thrust, so.
Well, you know. We'll talk about him some more when we get to some of the faster units, so the cavalry units. Is where this guy's going to slot in. Next we have the Ndoli Beast Lord. 50 points. I love how cheap these are. Quality 3, defense 3, bestial hero, toughness 3. heavy hand weapon, 3 attacks, AP 1. For the aura upgrades, we have the melee evasion aura, the ambush aura, the piercing assault aura, and the bestial boost aura. Also has the option for a army standard bearer for fear of 3. You can replace the heavy hand weapon with a heavy halberd for 3 attacks, AP 1 at rending, a heavy spear for 3 attacks, AP 1 at counter, dual heavy hand weapons for 4 attacks, AP 1, or a flame forged great weapon, 3 attacks with tear. You can upgrade it with a beast companion to repel ambushers, and you can also give him a heavy chariot, which you put him on a chariot, 2 more attacks, AP 1, fast, impact 4, toughness +6, and unpredictable fighter. This is a buffing character. This definitely deserves to go into a unit. And with that in mind, even, fear is a cool mechanic in the game, but with the Beastmen, from what we have found, fear is not going to be an issue. You are going to rip and tear through a target. You're going to have so many attacks. You're going to have so many re-rolls from the enemy's defense because of the Army Special rule. You could either go Piercing Assault Aura if you think you're going to be fighting something a little tougher. I normally would just say the Bestial Boost Aura. Pathfinder if you really want to be a sneaky boy and you want to bring a group of like 10 or 20 in on turn 2, 9 inches from the enemy. Or what I have found, and you might have seen if you've watched our other battle reports on this, a Beast Lord on a heavy chariot is a beat stick. Beast Lord on a heavy chariot with a Bestial Boost Aura, give that guy dual heavy hand weapons, so that way you got 6 attacks at AP1, plus the impact hits, plus the unpredictable fighter. Enemy's got to reroll 5s and 6s with the Bestial Boost. That's a crazy character, and at that point, it is sub 200 points, like 135 plus the 50 plus the. Oh, okay, no, it went over 200. You're low 200s, yeah, maybe. You might have gone up a little bit. I remember him being cheaper. Next hero is the Wahini Huntmaster, 25 points, quality 5, defense 5, bestial, hero, strider, and toughness 3. Comes with a hand weapon for 3 attacks. Now for the aura upgrades, we got the Ambush Aura, Precision Shooter Aura, Piercing Assault Aura, Bestial Boost Aura, Caster 2 or Caster 3. He has the option for a Spear, Dual Hand Weapon for more attacks, Halberds, or Flame Forged Heavy Weapons for tear. You can give him a triple short bow for 3 shots at 18, or a heavy kill bow, 1 shot AP2 Deadly 3 at 24 inches. You can give him the Raid Master upgrade to give him stealth, and the Coordinated Hunt, giving him precision tag of 2. Remember, that's once per game. And you can give them a light chariot for 2 more attacks, armor 4, fast, impact 4, and toughness 6. Now again, I'm going to say, chariots. Don't sleep on chariots. Beastmen chariots seem to go nuts. Just between the impacts and all the things going off, I love Beastmen chariots. We're going to talk more about them later because they're an actual unit you can take. But you can have a whole chariot army. Oh, I love it. So for this, I'll just tell you this right off the bat. What I have found is ridiculous with this character. Give him dual hand weapons. Give him ambush aura. Put him with a unit of 20 hunters. Give them dual hand weapons. Ambushing in a 21 model unit and doing 44 attacks. I don't care that it's AP nothing. You're ripping things down. You are weight of these things like... this unit, honorary orcs. Yeah, I'll give them that.
That does sound like the black orcs?
More like the wild orcs for these guys, but instead of scouting, they have ambushing. Just ridiculous. You can also do, the caster thing on a chariot if you want, or just caster on his own, hiding between everything else. I mean, at that point, caster 3, you're looking at 90 points. I mean, your spells are good enough. You can go hide them. Hang out between all your other units so you're not chargeable, and just hand out regeneration every turn. Bestial boosts every turn. Be crazy. Now we're moving on into the core units. And the first one is the unit I just talked about with the Huntmaster, the Wahini Hunters. 75 points for 10 of them. Yes, these guys are 7.5 points apiece. Quality 5, defense 5, bestial, and strider. 1 attack apiece with hand weapons. You could do the upgrades, which we'll talk about it now because it's the first time we've ran into it, and we'll just go over these upgrades so you know what they are as we go through. Sergeant, When this model attacks, unmodified results of 6 to hit deal an extra hit. That's on top of Furious and on top of Surge and all that fun stuff. The Banner. This model and its unit get +1 to morale test rolls. And the Musician. This model and its unit moves +1 inch when using move actions. You can replace all hand weapons with a spear for counter or dual hand weapons. Dual hand weapons! And you can upgrade one model with Precision Tag 2. So, like I said before, have a Hunt Master join this squad, give him ambush, give him dual hand weapons, pop up 9 inches away and be like, hello! Time to break you. Just because 20 bodies, like I said, 44 attacks, I don't care what you, even if you got like spears or something, you can't kill all those. And if you're a human empire like dude with a spear, I don't care if you kill 10 of them when they charge you. They're still going to kill that unit. Next, we have the Nadoli Warriors. 100 points for 10 of them. Quality 4, defense 4, and they have the Bestial rule. 1 attack apiece in close combat. They have the Sergeant, Banner, and Musician, and you can replace all hand weapons with a spear or a dual hand weapon. These guys are basic, or basic troops. 10 points apiece. Again, dual hand weapons. Dual hand weapons. Dual hand weapons. Put characters with them. Make them do stuff. Beat things death. Yes. Next, we got the Harpies, the Hapari Harpies. Kind of phoned that one in, didn't they? 5 of them for 75 points. Quality 5, defense 5, bestial, flying, and scout. 2 attacks apiece at AP 1, and there are no upgrades. This does what it says on the tin. It is a harassing unit. It flies. It has scout. It is, well, normally I call things meat missiles. These are flying meat missiles. They start up in the front with scout, and they charge the first thing they can, and they claw it to death. At least they try to. 75 points for 5 of them. It would be worth it if you wanted to take Harpies and just take 2 squads of 5 to just be harassers. Next, we have the Nadoli Elites. 5 of them for 95 points. Quality 3, defense 3, bestial, and melee slayers. So remember that when we talk about the AP of stuff, because they have heavy hand weapons for 1 attack apiece, AP 1. If it's a tough target, it becomes AP 3. You can upgrade them with a Sergeant, Banner, Musician, and you replace all heavy hand weapons with heavy halberds or great weapons. And if you do the great weapons, all of your attacks become AP 4 if something has toughness. So remember how we're talking about Terror's not good against dragons. Well, these guys are good against dragons. Give them the great weapons and charge into a dragon. All of a sudden, all your attacks are AP 4. If you can give these guys the Furious aura, like you could do on the Narrative Hero, which we haven't talked about yet. So, off camera, we just searched through, like, I swear I saw Furious aura. Where is it? It's on the Narrative Hero. Elites are real good with the heavy great weapons with Furious aura. From this guy, Hakimbe. 100 points, quality 5, defense 5, bestial, caster 2, Furious aura, hero, strider, toughness 3, and unique. So you can only take one of them, which is a shame. He gets Malibu dual staves. 4 attacks with Surge. So he's got double Furious. He's got Furious aura he's given to the elites. Plus he's got Surge on his own weapons. Plus he's got the spell casting, which he can give out, regeneration. Can put out bestial boost too. Yes, Hakimbe with some elites. Moving on. We got the Kemba Brutes. This is your tough, heavy infantry here. You get 3 of them for 160 points. Quality 3, defense 3, bestial, furious, and toughness 3. They have heavy hand weapons for 2 attacks apiece at AP 2. You could do the Sergeant, the Banner, and the Musician upgrade. You can replace all the heavy hand weapons with flame forged great weapons, giving them tear, or dual heavy hand weapons for 4 attacks apiece at AP 2. You can upgrade all of them with a brute charge, give them crush of 1, or throwing axes, 3 attacks, AP 1 limited at 12 inches, and you can give one model a terrifying roar, which gives out a morale debuff, which is somebody within 18 gets -1 to their morale.
Can we just say that if dual heavy hand weapon is an option, typically that's the go-to.
There's no downside to it. I mean, it's expensive, but you're doubling the output of this squad for the same AP. They come with Furious baked in, too.
I mean, what's the phrase? You get what you pay for?
Right. And this squad, you most definitely want to put a Kemba Brute Boss with them. Why? Because this guy is beast. You want to give him the dual heavy hand weapons. And you want to put the Bestial Boost aura on there as well. So you've got an entire squad that's AP2 handing out ass-kicking tickets. Just handing out ass beatings. That's what this squad does. And they're all defense 3. In Age of Fantasy, defense 3 is hard to come by. Even on elite-ish troops. Hard to come by. These guys will just rip that down. And, oh yeah, even if you have a 2-up save, I got AP2 and the Bestial Boost from the boss. Guess what? Reroll your armor saves. This squad is nuts. We might have to do that one day. Kemba Brutes versus the Gators in Age of Fantasy. Gators are beat sticks. Kemba Brutes are beat sticks. I want to know who's bigger beat stick.
I mean, I'm always down for that.
Well, that'll be a random game one day. We're going to show up with freaking Simba versus alligators. Next unit we got is the Wahini Raiders. 5 of these for 70 points. Quality 5, defense 5, bestial, stealth, and strider. They have short bows, 1 shot apiece of 18, and they have hand weapons for 1 attack. You can do the sergeant, the bandit, and musician, and you can also give them the precision tag 2 from coordinated hunt. So I've made these units, I've printed these units, we've played with these units. This unit, I believe, they had to include it because they had to put at least 1 ranged unit in the army. These guys, they're not so good. They're not so good. They're your only like ranged infantry. Their quality sucks. Their weapon sucks. What are they here for?
Cannon fodder.
Pay the extra 5 points and take 10 more hunters.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure. I'm going to hear it in the comments. Someone's going to be like, I love my Wahini Raiders. Good for you.
In this dojo.
Here in this garage, I think they've killed a total of like 4 zombies across everything.
Then you brought them back.
Then I brought them back. Next unit is the Dwari Centaurs. Is that N silent? Dwari? Or am I supposed to go Ndwari?
Ndwari.
That sounds Austrian. Ndwari. Ndwari. We'll say it's silent. The Dwari Centaurs. 5 of them for 120 points. Quality 4, defense 4, bestial, fast, impact 1, unpredictable fighter. They come with lances for 1 attack with thrust. You got the sergeant, musician, and banner. You can get rid of the lances and give them the flame-forged heavy weapons for tear. You can give them all throwing weapons, and you could do the wandering shaman upgrade to give 1 model caster 1. So on their own, fast, bestial, and thrusting lances, they're just base cavalry. But when you add in the centaur boss, things can get interesting. Bestial boost with the heavy lance on the centaur boss, meaning the enemy has to reroll 5s and 6s for their armor save, make these guys hit a little bit stronger than they probably should. But, you know, I love stacking some upgrades where we can. The unpredictable fighter, giving them either AP +1 or +1 to hit, can make it better. But, you know, with lances, you're going to be hitting on a 3 when you charge anyways. You're going to want to try to go for the AP +1. AP +1 with thrust, that means you're going to be AP2 when you charge. The enemy has to reroll 5s and 6s. Interesting things can happen there. Next, we have the Crazed Boars. 3 of them for 145 points. Quality 4, defense 5. Bestial, fast, impact 2, toughness 3, unpredictable fighter. 2 attacks, piece of AP 1, and their only upgrade is you can give them a morale debuff from a terrifying roar. Unlike the Brutes, which are the heavy infantry, and are awesome, the Boars, which are the heavy cavalry, are certifiably terrible. Have they killed anything ever?
They have not.
I got a unit of these, and I love throwing them into combat, even against like light infantry. Quality 4, 2 attacks apiece, impact. Yeah, I've never had success with these.
I'd rather go for half the points and put the harpies on there, because at least then you got scout.
Yeah, at least then you can like do stuff with them. You can move over terrain and stuff. These fast. That's about it.
They crash into enemies and break like a wave on a rock.
It's one of those, like, people are going to look at the stats and be like, oh, come on. They're not that bad. They're not that bad at all. But, listen, this is battlefield tested. They are that bad. I don't know what else to tell you. The last of the core units here, we have the Sambari Hounds. 5 of them for 65 points. Quality 4, defense 5, bestial, fast, strider. 1 attack apiece with rending. You can upgrade them to have vicious for shred in melee and bounding advance for scout. I would take a squad of these over an entire squad of crazed boars. These are your basic hound unit. We've seen it with, we've seen it with a lot of armies. Like the Empiric Undead, the Havoc forces have their own hounds. This is a stock standard dog unit. Being able to put on shred, scout, and have rending on those for relatively cheap. At that point, you're 80 points for 5 of them. Sometimes when I want to be a little bit memey, I might run 30 of these just to see what happens.
I look at you in audible disgust, or visible disgust. I looked at you in that tone of voice.
Sometimes I like to do a ha-ha list occasionally.
I've seen your ha-ha list. They're called jackals. You're a dick.
It's not my fault my ha-ha makes you go, oh shit.
No, my ha-ha makes me throw chairs.
Alright, moving on. We're at the light vehicle and small monster category. First off, we have the light chariot. Remember I said, don't sleep on these chariots. I don't know why I'm pointing at the camera like you all can see me. Well, maybe here in the edit. Yes, I'm pointing at you.
It's like he's pointing.
Light chariot, 90 points. Quality 5, defense 4. Bestial, fast, impact 4, strider, and toughness 6. Comes with a spear crew for 2 attacks with thrust and 2 attacks with the tusks. You can replace the spear crew with a short bow crew for 6 attacks at 18 inches, and you can give them the precision tag of 2. Yeah, 90 points. Defense 4, toughness 6 on something fast that's going to have just impact hits plus thrust damage. I like just throwing light chariots. Either you can throw them around a battle line, because there's always like a spot in the board where the fight happens, and the light chariots just like go around it and go jump on war machines or something. Or just smash and grab with things. Just, the fight's starting in the middle of the board, just slam this thing into something and go, ha-ha, take this. 9 times out of 10, the chariot ends up coming out on top. And they're cheap enough. They're 90 points. Take 2. Take 2. They're small. Next unit we got is the heavy chariot. It's like a light chariot, except not so light. 120 points.
Jesus Christ. And water's wet and grass is green.
Exactly. I gotta say something.
Oh.
I'm an internet personality now.
Oh, you're an autistic personality.
Quality 4, defense 3. Oh, they're 120 points. I don't even know if I got that part out of my mouth. Bestial, fast, impact 4, toughness 6, unpredictable fighter. Heavy tusks for 2 attacks at AP 1 and 2 attacks with thrust. Now, what I said with the light chariots, doubly for the heavy chariots. 6 toughness, defense 3. You got some more AP in there with the heavy tusks, but it's the impact and the thrusting hits. Slam it in, see what happens. Pretend you're an old, ancient times Egyptian general. Bring your chariot armies and watch them cower before you. Next, we're into the vehicles and monsters category. We got the salami cyclops. The gabagool.
Jesus Christ.
245 points. Quality 4, defense 3. Fast. Wait, that's not fast.
How do you mix an African lion cat with some fucking Italian gabagool?
Because it's a salami cyclops.
Alright, salami cyclops, y'all.
We'll get a piece of pepperoni and put it out there and put a brick in its hands.
Culturally appropriating the shit out of that.
Quality 4, defense 3. Bestial, fear of 2. Resistance and toughness 12. We haven't talked about resistance. That's if it takes a wound, it rolls another save. On a 6, it is ignored unless it's from a spell, which means it saves on a 2. So there is no casting against this. It's going to save 83% or 84, however that math works out. It's got the heavy strike, which is 8 attacks at AP 1, and a stomp, which is 4 attacks at AP 1. So overall, we got 12 attacks at AP 1, just base. You can give it a Beast Tamer, which gives us the unpredictable fighter, which I think is the opposite of what a Beast Tamer would do. It would make it more predictable, but whatever, it's 20 points. You can replace the heavy strike with a strike, getting rid of the AP and putting it down to 6 attacks, and you can throw rocks. 2 attacks, AP 2, deadly 3 to 18. Or, what, there's a... Okay, the first one was hurl boulders. The second one was actually throw rocks. I was trying to make a joke, but that's what happens. 2 attacks, blast 3, indirect. 24 inches, and it also has the strike at 6 attacks. You can upgrade it with any of these, the Terrifying Roar with a morale debuff, or the Sense Magic for a casting debuff. We haven't talked about that yet. Casters within 18 get -1 to cast.
I would, if you're going to take that thing, I'm leaving it just with the attacks it has, because you got 12 attacks as opposed to like 2.
Yeah, well, it's 245. If I was... Listen, okay, this would not be my first choice. But just to be able to hurl boulders, to have some ranged deadly, it'd be interesting. You know, not terrible. But let's talk about what I would take instead. I would take myself the Kemba Brute Giant. That's a big old kitty.
Yeah, kitty.
255 points. Quality 3, defense 3, bestial, fear of 2, furious, and toughness 12. Comes with 10 attacks and 4 attacks at AP 1. So we got 14 overall, 4 of them are AP 1. You can give a Beast Tamer for Unpredictable Fighter. You can give it a Flame Forged Great Weapon for 6 attacks with Tear. You do the Morale debuff. You can give it Crush. And then you could also give it Throwing Axes. There's got to be some big freaking axes.
We have used the Kemba Brute Giant, and it is awesome.
The Kemba Brute Giant is just, it's a dick. Just like the Kemba Brutes. The whole Kemba line. I'm putting an R in there. The whole Kemba line. I'm bad at this. So, dual hand weapons, cool. Stomp, cool. Give it a brute charge. Give it crush a 6. Unpredictable fighter, yes please. That way you're either going to be hitting a 2 or you're going to be giving everything AP an additional +1. Go forth and kitty. Next and last for our monsters and vehicle category is the Slimy Beast. We took a little bit of a turn there. 260 points. Quality 4, defense 3, bestial, fear of 2, flying, and toughness 12. Has a tongue grasp. 3 attacks at 12 inches. AP 1 reliable and takedown. It is a sniper tongue. Okay. 6 attacks with shred from its acid maw and 4 attacks at AP 1. You can give it a Beast Tamer for Unpredictable Fighter. You can give it the Terrifying Roar for morale debuff. And there it is. The Spread Madness for mind control. I was wondering if we were going to run into mind control. Slimy Beasts. This is a unit that, like... Okay, first off, I'll just say this. I don't like the sniper tongues. We've seen it on a few different units across the one-page rules thing. 12-inch range, 3 attacks, AP1 with reliable and takedown. I want to charge stuff because, you know, the 6 attacks are shred and then the 4 attacks AP1 on top of Unpredictable Fighter. That grasping tongue is probably never going to get used. Mind Control, though, would get used. At that point, it's 260, 280 for the Unpredictable Fighter, and then that becomes 225. Yeah, 325 with the Mind Control. I don't know if that's worth it. You might be saying at home, oh, that's so worth it. But remember, I have never successfully mind controlled anything. I've tried. Oh, I tried. Everyone always just passes their damn morale tests. Or I can spend another 10, even if I spend another 10 points for the morale debuff, probably they would still roll that 6. So, I don't know. I'm not taking the Slimy Beast. I'd rather take another unit of 20 hunters. 20 hunters with ambush. So yeah, that's just my opinion on it. Again, you guys might have a different opinion. It's fine. And then our last unit in the army, we're in the Titan category. The Burning Titan. Trogdor himself. 950 points. Well, it's not Trogdor. It's a giant cat centaur wearing tons of armor. Dare I say cooler than Trogdor. Quality 3, defense 2, bestial, fast, fear of 4, fearless, scout, strider, and toughness 24. It comes with shoot flames, 4 attacks at AP 1, blast of 3, reliable at 12 inches, 4-shot flamethrower, which in Age of Fantasy is nuts! 8 attacks at AP 2 from its stomp, and then it has Titan Strike for 12 attacks at AP 1. So this thing has 20 melee attacks, 4 ranged blast 3 attacks. In its base form, it's a beat stick. But you can replace the Saber-Tooth Titan with a Centaur Titan, removing Fast Strider and Scout, giving it Fast, Impact 6, and Unpredictable Fighter. Or the Shaman Titan, giving it Caster 4 and Resistance.
Keep the Saber-Tooth, dude. The first thing you do is put a Titan in the middle of the board.
Exactly. That Scout is standing out like, hello. Fast, Scout, and a 4-shot. If you can't charge somebody the first turn, you could just burninate shit.
And for fuck's sake, it's reliable.
Yeah, it's a flamethrower.
That's amazing.
It's a flamethrower. If you get the first activation, you just kind of saunter over to the enemy's deployment zone and just lay your, flamethrower out. Well, Pat, hello. Because absolutely scout this thing in the middle of the board as far forward as you can. It's got 24 wounds and defense too. Nothing is killing it on the first activation. Beat stick. God, I love Beastmen. They are honorary orcs. So that is the entire line of Beastmen. Now, it's that wonderful time of the video where we go over to Uncle C, where he has made a list that we are going to be making and playing this Thursday. Uncle C, what you got?
I've got a Wahini Huntmaster.
Oh, I get to hear you say the names now.
With Piercing Assault Aura and Stealth, leading a squad of 20 Wahini Hunters, all with the dual hand weapons. I should have mentioned he has dual hand weapons, so there's that 44 attacks.
Right.
Then I have a squad of Indoli Warriors, just with the hand weapons, and apparently one of them has Sergeant, so yay.
Okay.
I've got an Indoli Beast Lord with the Army Standard Bearer, the Beast Companion, which repels ambushers, and the dual heavy hand weapons. And he's going to be leading a squad of 10 Indoli Elites, all with heavy halberds, which is cool. I got a Kemba Brute Boss with the dual heavy hand weapons, Piercing Assault Aura, and Brute Charge, which is Crush of 3, leading a squad of 6 Kemba Brutes.
That is a whole lot of FU.
With 6 dual heavy hand weapons. So that's going to be really rude. I got...
Hold on. Let's take a moment to appreciate that. That is 24 plus... That is 32 AP2 hits. AP3, because you've got the Piercing Assault Aura.
And
with Furious. Man, F you. Okay.
Then there's the Nidwari Centaur Boss with the Flame Forged Heavy Weapon, which is 3 attacks with Tear, with, bear with me on this one, Ambush Aura, leading a squad of 10 Centaurs, all with the Flame Forged Heavy Weapons, which is the 1 attack with Forged, but in ambush.
Okay.
It's different.
It's different.
I mean...
It's different, but it's not different enough to make me go, oh, that's nothing. That I could do, especially because with Tear...
And Fast.
Well, Tear and Fast, you can... If there is stuff on the board that Tear works against, you can find it.
Mm-hmm. And they also have Unpredictable Fighter, so even if Tear doesn't work, Unpredictable Fighter can make a huge difference against whatever I drop him near.
Yeah.
So, and then, of course, I have the Kemba Brute Giant. He has the dual hand weapons. He has the Stomps. He has Unpredictable Fighter. And he has Brute Charge. So, he has Crush of 6. He's got 14 attacks. 4 of them are AP1. And he's got Unpredictable Fighter. That is my army.
You know, experience fighting against the Beastmen, it's going to suck to fight that. Good God. It's just... I'm not going to say Beastmen are the greatest army in Age of Fantasy, but you can't make a bad list with them unless you include the shooters. But there's no bad lists with the Beastmen, and it's all gas, no brakes. Just we're going to charge you. We're going to smack you. Our rules are great for it. Our weapons are great for it. Oh God, I got to pick out what you're going to be fighting this week. I don't even know. Okay, guys. What we're talking about here is on Thursdays, if you all didn't know, we have a separate live channel called warbossfitz Live, where on Thursdays we have live games where we take the army lists that he makes in these videos and we put them on the board and I bring out something to fight against them. And we'll see what happens. So check that out, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursdays is when we do those. And if you guys liked what we did here tonight, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. I'm kind of setting a goal that we are wanting to get 7,000 subs by the end of 2026. 7,000 might be doable. Might be doable because, you know why? Because the one-page rules is awesome. Make sure you check out our sponsors that we have down in the description below. We got PrintedStarships.com where you can get all of your Starships needs met. They're also doing Station Forge models. They have those available. Plus a whole lot of smaller scale stuff that you might want to check out if you watched the last 6mm game that we did. And then we have Corvus Terrain, also with a discount code down there in the bottom for any of your 3D printed terrain needs. Also have a Patreon set up, again, down in the description if you want to get some behind the scenes shenanigans. And then there is the merch shop. If you want to be the orkiest boy in the room, get yourself a warbossfitz t-shirt or a hoodie. And that's all the spiel I got for you, and that'll do it for us. I hope you guys are having fun playing OPR wherever you are. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
And you're just reading the... Sometimes you can be reading those heroes and you get to them.
Well, dude, I want you to be, like, listening to it at least.
Oh, I am. Not Army Land.
Army Land.
There's that CTE kicking in.
Occasionally the CTE just makes my brain stop. The fucking brakes hit.
Them pads are destroyed, bro.
Everyone's like, man, what do you mean? I'm like, I played fucking football for 14 years. My brain's a little bit mush sometimes. And then we... Make sure I got the name right. I got like a burp or something. I got a bubble.
Burp or a vomit.
I'm past that now, thank God. No. When you're playing with yourself, rules don't matter.
Don't you worry about what that bottle's for.
Jesus. Some of the... Fuck.
Super furious.
Enemy within certain... Wow.
The shimmy.
It's a fucking shimmy, yeah. This is my brain. Like, I gotta run signals to my ass to get to work today.